You know, I think the one thing that we all have in common here tonight, and even in the other debates that's been going on, is that yes, it's all about jobs. That's what it's all about, is being able to pay your bills and having a good job that has benefits, and we work hard to do that. When I was elected mayor before, I didn't have an agenda. But within a few months after that, we had a friend of mine that was killed on 111 at the old Walmart. That became an agenda. And I want you to understand this. You just don't go into a board of mayor and alderman meeting and decide you're going to do something and then you do it right then. It's taken us almost 7 years to be able to get lights on 111. I was told that we were lucky that we got it done in that amount of time. But we've got to work together. I kind of get the impression that maybe that some aldermen feel like that they're not involved in what's going on. I try to involve all the aldermen, but I've got to make sure that there's a distinction. I want to tell you this: to be able to be a leader, whether it's an alderman or whether it's a mayor, to be able to be a leader, you've got to be honest. You've got to have integrity. You've got to show proven leadership, and you make sure that education is a key, vital importance to the future of our community. Gail and I have worked all our lives in education trying to make things better. And I think that we've done a pretty good job of it. If you think about it, we've improved a lot of roads. We've improved roads of transportation. We've improved roads of higher education. We've improved roads connecting us to the past. And we've improved the roads to better living conditions. That's what it's all about. When we start talking about whether we've got $5,000 for this or $1,000 for that, that's not the key. The key is everybody's got a job and they do what they want to. If we don't take ownership in our community, it's going to fail. We've got to work hard, we've got to work together. And if I'm given that opportunity, we will continue to do those things that make Sparta a better place to live. Thank you.
Yeah, and I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. It says a lot for the people that have come. I mean, there's a lot of things that you could be doing, but you thought enough of your city and your town and your neighbors that you wanted to come. If elected your mayor in August, I will continue doing a lot of things that you folks have asked questions about tonight, about sewers, about street repairs. I don't feel like we've done near what we could on street repairs, but we will step that up. Proud to hear Alderman candidate Thor mentioned the skateboard park. I mentioned that 2 years ago, tried to get that brought in, got shot down probably quicker than I blurted it out. But if elected, I've heard from parents for 2.5 to 3 years that skateboards is important here. I personally wouldn't want to have them broken in 2 minutes, but apparently that's important to the kids. We will make every effort to put a skateboard park in if we can. Like Tommy said, some of the small things, a lot of people make big issues out of small things. That happens on a personal level. I know my wife tells me the same thing. I make big issues out of small things a lot of times, and we can't do that. We have to look at the big picture, what's best for our entire community, not just one side of town, not one group of people, not one area of services. We have to do what's best for our entire community. And we have to work with the county in order to get that done. We've got lots of problems. Stuff we've not even talked about tonight. We've talked about sewers, we've talked about streets, we've talked about employees, and we do have some of the best employees I can imagine in the state of Tennessee. Most of these guys are your friends and your neighbors, and you all know them. They're good people. They work hard for what they do. One issue we've not even touched on tonight is a drug problem. A couple of months back, y'all probably remember the big drug raid. They arrested, I think, in a neighborhood of 50 people. What I hear in Sparta a lot of times, well, we don't have a drug problem in the city limits of Sparta. That's a county issue. Out of that 50-some-odd people that were arrested, it's my understanding that 35 of them were arrested inside the city limits of Sparta. Guys, we've got to address that. We will address the things that we need to address to take our city forward. Jobs, police department, sewer services, water department, all that is important. We must stand together to get it done. And I would appreciate your vote in August.
Thank you. And I want to thank everyone for coming this evening. We've really enjoyed these 3 forums that we've had. Our last forum will be Tuesday. I know it comes a little bit quicker, but because of the timing and trying to get them in before early voting, we wanted to make sure that we gave them plenty of time to meet the public and be able to address the issues. So at 6 p.m., June 29th, that's Tuesday, same place. We'll be back with the Register of Deeds, Road Superintendent, and any other state offices, whatever's left. So I hope to see you there, and thank you once again for coming this evening. And remember, next Thursday's Expositor will have the remaining questions that were not answered tonight for the mayor.